Hi folks, welcome into another edition of This Week in Pearl. I'm your host Frank Hutton, and man, I am excited about this show today. I am going to be bringing to you a man who has his fingerprints all over this county. Of the growth and the success, has been involved in politics literally since he was 22 years old when he got elected to the state legislature in 1960. And I'm talking about none other than Earl Dean Rhodes. He will be my guest today, sitting down, and we're going to talk about Rankin County politics and how it all got started, and all the way back, him being in school during the war. So don't run off, because when we come back, I'm going to bring to you Mr. Earl Dean Rhodes. We'll be right back.
Here in Pearl, we have Trustmark Park. It seats 8,500 people. It's a great venue that we have here locally. You can catch a baseball game. We have a new team, the Mississippi Mud Monsters, so we're so excited about that. And Trustmark Park, the stadium's been fully renovated. And adjacent to that, we have Bass Pro Shop, as well as the Mississippi outlets that people can come shop and enjoy and have a great time. So it's a good place to come. It's a destination spot for our city. We did a $12 million renovation to our Parks and Rec several years ago, and what we were missing was another key area for our children to come and just be able to hang out and have fun, but also have some playground equipment that was really cutting edge. I've always thought if you can get your community together, then you can have a stronger sense of community. And I think that's what Main Street brings to the table for us. And even though we're a post-World War II city and our architectural doesn't signify a downtown, we're trying to have an area that we create that people can come together and have a sense of community.
Hi folks, welcome back into another edition of This Week in Pearl. I am now joined by two men, one of which I'm excited to have, that is just probably the godfather of Rankin County politics, Mr. Earl Dean Rhodes. Welcome.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
And of course, our distinguished guest, as always, Senator Dean Kirby.
Another Dean. Two Deans.
Two Deans. We've got an Earl Dean and a Dean.
Yeah. Actually, my name's Merle Dean.
Wait a minute.
Earl Dean and Merle Dean we got here.
Your first name is actually Merle.
Yeah.
See, we just learned something we didn't know. Right out of the gate. You just
We're twins. Yeah.
And you're twins. You do look a little bit alike. There is no doubt there. Merle Dean and Earl Dean. Isn't that something?
You've been in the Senate.
This is my 35th year.
Yeah, isn't that nuts? That's crazy. Anyway, welcome.
Thank you.
We are so glad to have you here. And thank you very much for agreeing to come in and sit down for just a little while and talk about you and Rankin County. I'm excited to have you. So tell me.
Glad to be here.
Tell me a little bit about Earl Dean Rhodes.
Well,
where does Earl Dean hail from? How's Mama and them? All of that kind of stuff.
I grew up out between Pelahatchie and Brandon.
Okay.
Finished high school in Brandon, went to Hines and Mississippi College, and that's been my situation. Been in Pearl most all the time.
Okay.
Yeah.
What year were you born?
1936. I'll be 90 years old this year.
Wow. You were born in 1936. You have seen a lot of stuff.
A lot of changes.
A lot of change. What was it like growing up as a young kid during World War II?
Things were tight. There's rationing of tires and sugar and things. And
right.
Things are very tight. Everybody was very conservative.
Do you remember where you were when Pearl Harbor was bombed? That Sunday morning, do you remember where you were?
Not really. I don't.
You don't? You know, my grandfather served in World War II. Of course, he lied about his age so that he could. I think most people did at that time. But yeah, he did. I just was wondering if you remember, because I can remember 9/11, and you can kind of remember certain things. I just wonder if you remember. So it was rationing bad back then.
Yes, that's right.
And not having a whole lot.
That's for sure.
Would you say, and thinking about just that time, and looking at today compared to then in terms of patriotism, and what was it like then?
I think people were really dedicated at that time to winning the war, and everybody was behind the country. I think we had a lot more patriotism then we have now.
Well, yeah, I would probably agree with you there. You were at Brandon High School then? What was that like?
It was it was good. Everybody seemed to be happy.
Yeah. I mean, that was, you're talking about like in the, early 40s, you would have been in high school, so you were born in 36, so you would have been.
In the early 50s.
Early 50s, that's right, early 50s. That was a fun time.
Yeah.
That was a fun time. Early 50s, that was, I used to love to watch the 50s hour, when I was growing up. Hour with the 50s and what's
Jackie.
it?
Jackie Thompson.
Jackie Thompson.
Oh,
He
yeah.
did it right over here and had the big pink Cadillac and all that. That was,
Oh, yeah.
that was a lot of fun. All right, so we graduate high school. We run off to Mississippi, to Hines Community College, and you were Mr. Hines. How in the world did that happen?
Well, I don't know. I was entered to the newspaper, and I guess well known. I don't know.
Were you popular with the ladies?
I don't know about that.
Okay, because you did pretty much you were in PR.
Yeah, I
There.
did. Yeah, I did a lot of PR for the college. I sure did.
So, like what?
Writing news stories of what happenings at the college and sports events. At that time, Hines was a power in the football conference across the country.
Really?
Yeah, and we had Jimmy Taylor and Olin Renfro and people like that who went on to the pros, and we did good.
Really? No kidding.
Jim Taylor.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
he
telling
went-
me something I
he
have
went
no
to
idea
LSU.
about.
Right.
What?
Well, talking about that, in Rankin County was incorporated in 1830 from a part of Hines County, east of Pearl River.
Right.
And but in 1954, a black man named Lawrence Jones had already established the Piney Woods Country Life School south of Florence.
Right.
And he was on This Is Your Life. And he asked them to send him $1 to set up a trust for the college from then on. And they got so much mail from flying to Florence, they had to bus it in trucks down to Piney Woods, and they started the post office down there then.
No
and they got
kidding.
$650,000 on his.
Oh, my.
That's amazing. They did.
And that was in
1954.
1954.
That's right.
That was a lot of money in 1954.
You better believe it.
Wow.
And they've invested in it, and they've done well since then.
Yes, they have.
And in '59, Mary Ann Mobley was Rankin County's first Miss America. She was a classmate of mine. And,
Was she really?
Yeah, she was. Good lady. And in 1960, Rankin County's assessed valuation was $18 million. We were 15th in the state at that time.
Wow.
We've developed since then. And we've had industry. We got the contract battery company in '60, and then 1962, we had to complete the Barnett Reservoir, and that's a recreational facility that's been an economic boom to Rankin County.
No
Any
kidding.
way you look at it.
No kidding.
And 1962, I was in the House of Representatives and on the Highway Committee, and I introduced a bill that introduced Highway 25. It went from Lakeland Drive all the way to northeast Mississippi through Rankin County, and it's been a big economic boom.
Wow. Flowood.
Flowood.
Yeah, it's been a great boom for Flowood and,
Right.
and the rest of the
Mayor
county.
Jean thanks you.
Yeah.
Now Mayor Kathy.
That's right.
Right.
That's exactly right. And it's been but most cities in the United States develop grow in a northeast direction, and it's typical there. But it's been a commercial thing. Blue Cross, Blue Shield, and Ergon, and Valley Foods, and further up there with the Four Corners, they got four shopping centers, and on out to Lakeland, and it's the legislature this year, thanks to
Merle Dean.
yeah, Dean, they going 6-laning it from Castlewood out to 471, and that's going to be a good addition.
I know, right? Y'all just appropriated that money this past
We did.
legislative
That's
session.
right. That's right. It's going to be a great thing. And in 1963, the Jackson Airport was completed, and the first Delta flight went out in April of '63.
Were you there?
Yeah. And
Did y'all somewhat ribbon cut it?
the city did.
The
yeah.
city did, didn't it?
Jackson, that's right.
In 63.
That's right, in 1963. And in 1968, we started to, finally got them to build a Rankin County campus. They had looked at a site in Pearl and one in North Brandon, and we selected the site in Pearl as the location. And Dr. Muse had always said he'd start one whenever we come up with some money. So we came up with some money and we started. And since then, we've had the Muse Center, and now we've got over $100 million on the contract on that campus out there for the nursing school, for girls' dormitory,
Isn't that
for
something?
cafeteria, and it's going to be nice.
Dr. Vasic's leadership is proven to be pretty successful.
He's
as well,
he's
right?
a good man and has done a good job. That's right.
That's right now, because Dr. Muse, he really ran Hinds Community College. It was his vision. He pretty much was the man.
I think it was 42 years.
Right.
Long time.
Long time. Now, they named the building after you, the administration building
Yes,
after you.
yeah, it was very kind, unexpected.
24. I was going to say, did you have any idea that was
No,
coming?
he called me and told me that, and I couldn't believe it. I didn't even know it was even in the car.
All right, so the phone rings, and he says what?
He says the Board of Trustees have now named you as the owner for the administrative building to be named your name on it. And I said, I cannot believe it. I was shocked. I didn't believe a word.
Were you sitting down?
Now I was standing up thinking.
Or you sitting down?
If there wasn't already a Rhodes College, we'd make it Rhodes College.
And I went in and told my wife, and she said, well, I'm glad I did it while you were still living. And that was about the whole of it.
That was a couple of years ago.
Right, that's right.
That was a couple of years ago.
24.
So it's now known as Earl Dean Rhodes. All right, so I got a question. So are you an only child, or you have brothers and sisters?
I have one younger brother, and he's now deceased.
Oh, okay.
Right,
Younger
sure.
brother. So Earl.
Yeah.
Earl, where does the Earl come from?
My dad was named Earl. It was the old family name through the years it come from.
And it's not spelled E-A-R-L.
No, it's I-R-L.
I-R-L. Now that's an older spelling. So that was your dad's?
Yeah, his name was Earl Rhodes. That's right.
Oh, okay. So you're basically junior.
Well,
The middle name's different.
yeah, that's right.
Right. Because my middle name is different from my dad and but
Me too.
My first name is the same. We go back.
Right.
Franks go way back, but our middle names are different. But basically, I was, 6th or 7th or 8th or something like that, if you go by first name.
Well, one thing, too, is help Rankin County, we have a good network of roads. We got Interstate 20, 55 intersection in the western part of the county. We got US Highway 49, US Highway 80.
Yep.
And now the Board of Supervisors takes care of the county roads, but I think we have 10 state highways in Rankin County, 13, 18, 25, 43, 468, 469.
We're the crossroads of the state.
Yeah.
We really are. And of course, Pearl, we use that, the crossroads. Pearl's the gem of the crossroads is what we basically say, because we're right in the middle of it. And you see all of these things coming to fruition. Now, that's a lot. You talk about the Ross Barnett Reservoir, when that was done, and you doing 25. What I want people to understand is you were elected as I think at the time, the youngest congressperson in the state of Mississippi. Is that right? You were elected at 22.
That's right. I probably think that's right.
The records that I can find, when you were elected in 1960 at 22 years old, that's the youngest congressman to have ever been elected to the state legislature to this day. I don't think that's been surpassed.
And it provides you an education in state government. 36 years will tell you that.
I know, right? But my question is, why? At 22 years old, did you decide to run for legislature?
I just always liked politics, I think.
Okay. It was your calling. Really, you liked politics.
I did.
And so coming right out of school, you just, out of MC, basically you were just coming out of MC.
Yeah, I was elected. I was graduated from MC on the 31st of May and was elected in August.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
Wow.
You were basically coming right out of school.
That's right.
And what was the campaign like? Describe that to me.
Primarily hard work. I mean, I was a detailed campaigner and a hard worker, and You just go get up every morning and go to work and realize that you got to keep doing it. And every day was not happy, but you had to do it whether or not you wanted to or not.
I'm thinking about the men and women that were sitting around their kitchen table, and this, snot-nosed little 22-year-old shows up at their front door and, knocks on the door and says, "Hey, I'm Earl Dean Rhodes and I'm running for state representative." How'd that go over?
Well, I remember several ladies down the Florence area would say, said John, her husband, said he's going to vote for Mr. Kennedy. Said, "Well, I'm going to vote for you." And I knew I was doing all right when you got that far down the road.
Yeah, right. Because more than likely, so was their husband.
Yeah,
they'll vote for you too. That pillow talk at night changed that vote, didn't it? But I can imagine at 22 years old, and of course times were different, then, obviously. But I can imagine at 22 going and knocking on that door, and these people were, 35, 40, 50 years old. And
that's right.
Here you are coming right out of school.
Who did you defeat, if you don't know?
Who did you run against?
I ran against R.D. Moon, who was a former representative, and the current incumbent was Carol Kennedy.
Okay.
And I made the second, and when I made the second, I beat him, Kennedy, in the runoff.
So do you remember how many votes were cast?
It wasn't a lot. I think it was less than 5,000 altogether.
Altogether, total.
Rankin County's population back then was about 30,000.
Really?
Yeah, it was small. But now, our current population, 20 census is 151,000.
Right.
And we say now we got about 170,000.
Mm-hmm.
And
right, it was the size of Pearl.
yeah.
The whole county
Yeah.
was the size of Pearl back then.
That's probably right.
Right, but if you think about 5,000 votes in 1960, we have 5,000 votes now.
Yeah.
In 2026, and the population is golly, quadrupled.
When you talking about the city election, there was 5,000?
just in city election.
They don't vote as strong as it now as they did back
I'm
then.
talking about like in just the city of Pearl. We'll have 4,000 total votes, maybe, on a general election, and the population is 28 to 30.
Well, back then, you paid poll tax. You had to pay poll tax in order to vote, and but people then believed in citizenship enough that they would do it.
Mm-hmm.
So it was.
Yeah, which kind of went back to my first question.
They
about
paid to vote.
patriotic.
Now they paid to vote. Now we couldn't even pay people. Some people.
I know, right? Isn't that sad? Isn't that sad? That really is sad.
It is sad.
It is sad that people won't go out and exercise their voice. They want to have I get maybe the protest vote. Your non-vote is a protest vote, but your non-vote is a vote. Your non-vote is a vote for the other side.
Amen.
Because that you say, I just didn't vote because I protested. Oh, so you voted for the other side. That's how I look at it.
Yeah.
If you want to vote for the other side, go do that and hold up for that. Yeah. Go vote for if you want to vote for one side, that's who you believe in, then go do that. Don't just sit on the sidelines. That's one for me. Don't get me on my soapbox.
In 2004, we had the Trustmark Park and Pro Bass Shop and the outlets of Mississippi. That's been a big thing. It's been a good thing.
It has. It's been a fantastic thing. All right, so I want to kind of get into a question about where we're going with this, because in the early years, when you were looking at growing up in the in the 60s and running the legislature, you left that and became chancery clerk.
That's right.
Why? Why did you change?
Well, I changed because it was a full-time job, and the legislature's part-time. I couldn't live off of it.
Yeah, and they still haven't raised the
That's
salary.
right.
It's still the same way.
In 1962, that we didn't receive anything when you weren't in session.
Right.
And we passed a bill giving us $75 a month, and I got criticism from it, but I still voted for it anyway.
$75 a month in 1962.
That's right.
Wow.
And we didn't meet back then, but every other year. And it was $3,000 a session. That's all you got. So I run because I need a full-time job.
Right. So decided to run for clerk.
Yeah, right.
And you held that position for 24 years.
Yeah, we did a lot of good things during that time.
So tell me, what was all that like?
Well, it was really, I enjoyed it. It was fun. really. So like your job, you know, if you enjoy it, it
Yeah.
passes the time away fast.
It does, doesn't it?
That's right,
And you meet a lot of people during that time.
no doubt.
So you've worked, and as I put it down, you've worked with a lot of people, all governors, legislators, legislators, being one sitting to your right
yeah.
there. You've worked with a lot of men. What are some of the things that stand out to you from those times that would be some of your favorites?
Well, I think Haley Barbour made the state a good governor, and he did a lot of good things. And I think he was a real asset to the state. And we worked together on several projects.
Haley, ever worked with him on a couple of things?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
What was one of your favorite ones?
Well, I don't remember just exactly anything particular favorite, but Dean Kirby being Speaker Pro Tem and Josh Harkins being Chairman of Finance, Rankin County's got more influence in the Senate today than have in my lifetime.
I know, right?
That's
And he
right.
wants to go and retire.
That's right.
I mean, what's up with that?
He said he's going to be 80 years old in his time.
That's right.
That's what he says. But what's up with that? How hard can that job be? I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Can you think of one of something in the past that you and Earl Dean have done together?
Every project I've had that I've worked on, I've talked with Earl Dean on, and let me tell you, it's unbelievable the foresight and the vision that he has and still had and still has today on some things. And if I want to do it right on something, I'll call him and say, "What do you think?" So,
Okay.
Good man.
He is.
well, I'm going to tell you, I'm like a lot of other elected officials. We wouldn't be there today had it not been for him and for his help. And I don't mean that just in the city of Pearl or just statewide. Every statewide official is going to call him. I can tell you, every one of them.
They don't call him the godfather of politics.
Or
Frank County
even
for
those that lost. Every one of them are going to call him. And so, yeah, he's very well known. As a matter of fact, when I first got to the legislature in '92, my first year, I had some of the ones that had been there a while, and we tried to get Earl Dean Rhodes to run for governor, and he wouldn't do it. So I thought I'd tell you that. And but yeah, he's very well known all over the state. So,
People have been very kind.
Well, did you just not want to do that job? You didn't
Well,
want to be governor?
I was happy where in Mississippi, you know, the power in the Constitution of this state is in the lieutenant governor and the speaker. And the governor primarily, people don't realize it, but he is primarily a ribbon cutting ceremony, and he appoints boards and commissions. And I don't know what else he does. I mean, that's basically
gives
it.
out some money. Yeah,
Right.
some money, federal money that comes straight to the governor. That
the
he
power's
gives out.
pretty much at the lieutenant governor
And the
And-
And the
speaker.
speaker.
and,
right.
and this man sitting to your right.
Whatever he wants, he calls the
He's
shots.
Senator
Oh.
Pro Tem.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, we've been lucky.
He works for the lieutenant governor.
That's right.
I want to mention
I work-
too,
I was going to say I work for the Senate. And
I
the
know,
lieutenant-
right.
The Senate, I work for the people first.
First.
Yeah, that put
Yes.
me there. But yeah, the job I have as pro tem is elected by the senators. So I was very
Oh, right.
fortunate there.
He was governor the other day.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
when
this
everybody
week.
was gone.
This week. Yeah.
he was governor.
That's good.
And so he walks in. I'm like, "Hey, governor, how you doing?" He goes, "Oh, am I governor today?" I'm like, "Yeah."
Yeah, I've got a couple of friends. A lot of times during the week, if the governor and lieutenant governor are both out of state and I become the governor, I got a couple of friends I'll call and say, "Okay, I'm governor today. I want to buy you lunch," because they want to call their wife and say, "I'm having lunch with
I'm
the
having
governor."
lunch with the
today."
governor. When are we going to do
They
that?
never tell them it's me.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, Rankin County, I said we was 18th in the state in assessed valuation.
Right.
There's only 6 counties in the state today that's got over $2 billion. And the number 1 county in the state is up in North Mississippi, DeSoto County.
DeSoto County, right.
The second one is on the coast, Harrison County. And the third one is the shipbuilding folks down in Jackson County. And Rankin County is 4th. We got more value than Madison County is 5th and Hinds County is 6th.
Isn't that amazing?
It is. And we're 4th in the state. I think it's remarkable.
That didn't just happen, Frank. That
No,
came
that's what
from planning back when
and
he-
that's what literally the question I have up is you have had a front row seat to Rankin County's transformation. What changes stand out the most in Rankin County? And you're talking about valuation. How did we get there?
Well, I think first place, location is important. Second, I think the people we started the Rankin County Chamber of Commerce in '59 and elected folks from all over the county. And I think unity of the people, I think good law enforcement, low crime rate, good schools. We got 2 public schools in the county. Rankin County School District's got 14,000. Pearl and Separate School District's got 1,200. And we got 6 private schools in the county. And I think those are some of the factors that got us there.
That got us there.
Yeah.
One thing that's always interested me growing up and coming over here was the Gold Coast. What was that like back then?
Well,
What was the Gold Coast?
Casey's Lane.
Casey's Lane.
Yeah, Casey's Lane and Old Brandon Road. Well, they were selling whiskey down there, and it was wholesaler getting the whiskey, most of it out of Tallulah, Louisiana, and they had the wholesalers and they had the retailers, and they at that time, and it was wide open, and it got to be gambling wide open over here. In 1946, Constable Norris Obey and the bootlegger Sam Sini didn't like each other. I guess he wasn't paying him enough payoff. But anyway, they got in a Wild West shootout and killed each other.
No way.
Yeah, and when that happened, the Governor White called in the National Guard and they destroyed all the gambling equipment. But they kept selling whiskey there until 1966 when the law changed.
Right.
That's right.
My father, he's 78, fixing to be 79. He was going to school in Jackson at Callaway, and he talks about coming over to the Gold Coast, you know, and buying alcohol and getting booze and
right, go behind the building. That's right.
Right. And of course, our family had a warehouse over there where we stocked cars. That's where cars were. And so
That's what you told people.
Yeah. But he would. So I was. You know, you hear the stories about the Gold Coast. That was what I didn't hear. So they literally had a duel and shot each other or something.
Oh yeah,
like
killed
that.
each other. Yes, they did. And
What over? Do you know?
Well, I don't really know. They didn't seem to like each other.
Okay.
Whether it was over lack of payoff or what, I don't know. But I know we elected a young sheriff in 1947, and I know he served 1 term, and he didn't, and he sent 2 boys through Ole Miss, but he never hit a lick in his life after that. So I guess he got enough payoff that time.
Wow.
He didn't need to work anymore.
The Gold Coast was a happening place back then.
That's right. It was a hot place, no doubt about it.
Yeah, no doubt about it, because you hear a lot of stories
Yeah.
coming out of there, and I'm not going to ask whether you frequented down there
No, I'll tell you,
or not.
The wholesalers were the Muse brothers from the Muse brothers, and Kenneth Muse had lived in South Jackson, and Lauren Muse, his brother, lived on Old Brandon Road, and that's where they stored the whiskey in the big barn behind his house.
Oh, okay.
And the dealers were Ralph Wilson and Sam Senior and Red Hydrick and that crowd, and they would be the retailers, and that was the chain.
And I may be wrong, but I think they had the one on Old Brandon Road had a gold bathtub, and Cliff Finch saw it and put one in the governor's mansion.
No kidding.
Might be. I'm not.
Was it a gold clawed bathtub?
Yeah.
Cliff Finch. Well, that's a name I haven't heard
Oh, yeah.
in a long time. You remember him?
Oh yeah, he was in the legislature the same time I was, and he came back, and he was a populist, but he and his wife didn't get along, and she shot him one night down in the governor's mansion, and Dr. Morton, Dr. Clark, he covered it up, but they never did get out.
That's the story.
That's
that you
the
don't
true
tell.
story right there. His wife, what were they arguing over? Do you remember?
I don't know.
Did you find out?
No,
But she shot him.
Yeah, she sure did.
Was she mad?
And I must not didn't he didn't vital organs, but anyway, Dr. Clark was his doctor, and when he was chief of staff, and he did a cover-up job for him.
Wow.
Howard Clark. He was a
Yeah.
great man.
Oh yeah, his daughter married that
Jerry Jeffcoat.
Jerry Jeffcoat, who got the business here.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. My grandfather used to tell me back in the day, he was like, son, you know, having a good education is one thing, but it's not necessarily what you know, it's who you know.
That helps.
Would you say? Would you say that's really accurate, especially because of those times back then?
Yeah.
That helps, doesn't it? That helps. Oh, that's pretty funny. All right, so you answered that question that I had, but I want to talk a little bit about what do you think the biggest lesson you've learned by bringing people together? And I mean this because you started the Rankin County Breakfast.
Yeah.
How did that get started?
Well, let me tell you, J.D. McAdore, who was former sheriff of Hines County, J.B. Torrance, former sheriff of Rankin County, Wood Brown, who served as supervisor in Hines County and Rankin County. The four of us started that thing to give people a chance to, from governor on down to constable, to express themselves. And we started over at the Golden Corral, and former Governor Bill Waller and Ross Barnett Jr. used to try to outdo each other telling jokes. And that started, but Waller's died, and Ross has got dementia, so we can do that. That's how we got started and got going. And
What year was that?
They've all died. I think it's 27 years ago.
27 years ago now.
And I think next year will be 28, which will be election year, and I think that's right.
Wow, that's amazing.
When I first went to it, there were maybe 10 people there.
Yeah, we
at the Golden Corral, and been going ever since. And now you've had crowds of 150
I was
or
going to ask,
170.
what's crowds like today?
Well, we had last month we had 50, and the month before we had 75. Wow. But now next year will be an election year.
It'll be election year.
We'll have we have got as many as 170.
Take over the whole place.
Yeah, that's right.
I mean, you really do.
I think the largest crowd I remember is the reason we had to move out of the Golden Corral, if I'm correct, was Thad Cochran.
Yeah, he was a big crowd.
He had 170 or something like that.
Oh wow, right. Wow, that's another name. You known Thad a long time.
Yeah, he and the family was close. The night that his brother was elected, was running for the Public Service Commissioner. His wife called me that night and said, well, how many votes they had? Rankin County was going to need Rankin County's votes. And I said, how many do you need? And I better live that down. Brad White's told that joke a dozen times.
Yeah. That's how many they got.
Yeah, how many you need? Well, that's how many you got.
Well, he made sure they had them. He made sure people turned out.
What advice would you give somebody today that wants to run for public service?
You got to be committed. You got to work hard. I mean, if you're going to be an unknown, you got to get yourself known. And it's just a lot of hard work. And I know when I was first running, people would call me, want to carry me out to dinner, but I wouldn't do it. I said, I got to keep politicking. And I just kept going, and that's why I think that's what was one of the things that helped me.
Outwork the next fella.
Yeah, that's
you have to.
That's right.
Is that it? Whatever the other fella's doing, do it more.
That's right.
Than he's doing.
That's right.
Outwork the next fella. All right.
And again, you got to use your head and be put to where the votes are, where the people are.
Okay, that kind of leads me into the next question. So how in the years that you've been involved in this, how has politics changed over these years? From the time you first ran to the last election we just had, how has politics changed?
Well, the social media is one thing. And the next thing is all these signs they put out, which is expensive, and that was not even around when I was back when I first started running. Signs was not, you didn't have signs. You just wasn't in the.
It was door to door, wasn't it?
Primarily door to door, and I still think that's the most effective way to campaign today. Is door to door. I mean, you go by and they'll come in remembering that name and so forth, and they realize that you want the job you're working. I think that's another factor.
Mm-hmm. Signs don't vote.
That's right. Now you can say that. I've said that before.
Mm-hmm. Signs don't vote. They don't.
No.
Now they put your name in front of people as they drive by or walk by, but they don't vote. People vote. So have you kept up with this L.A. mayoral race?
A little bit.
Have you seen how the candidate running, the Republican candidate basically, but he runs as an independent, how he's used social media for that?
Yeah.
Have you been paying attention to Spencer Pratt? Would you say that's probably the future of politics
I think it could be.
in the social media realm?
Yeah, I'm amazed how that's changed things.
Completely different, right?
Yes, no doubt.
There was a time when people ran on their merits. Now people run. I just got back from a trip. I was in Alabama, and all the ads were negative on their opposition. They didn't tell one thing that they were going to do themselves or their background. They were talking about how bad their opponent was. I don't like that. I think you should run on your merits.
Was it running on the merits back in the day?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I think so. I don't think, I mean, I didn't have to say anything about either one of my opponents back then.
It was really more about what you wanted to do.
Yeah,
But it really, the negativity in politics.
yeah. And computers were just coming in as dumb, so
Right.
I use that as a thing to improve county government, make it more efficient, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
I used to stand in line a long time over at the courthouse and back in the early years and to get a tag, but now all they do is need to appropriate
right.
those things, and it's totally ridiculous.
I know it takes me about 15 minutes to get a tag,
Yeah,
and 14 of those minutes are me standing in line.
yeah,
The 1 minute it takes to be at the window and just done, or mail it in, and they'll send it to you. But I was just thinking the negativity that we see in politics today. Everything is just so cutthroat, I guess. It's the character assassinations and the things that you see today. We just didn't have that back in
and
the 50s
nowadays
and
it takes so
60s.
much money too if you run on statewide races.
Mm-hmm. What are your feelings on PAC money and corporate money and things of that nature that are in politics today?
Well, I feel like you got to have it, and I think it's all right. I have no problem with it.
The influence in the federal side, though, on the federal government side with the foreign money that comes in,
That's dangerous.
yeah. The local stuff, fine, but when the foreign money comes in, we could go off on a long tangent on that side. we could go off a long way. All right. So, are there any in all of these years? Are there any campaigns or specific political moments that just stand out in your memory?
Well, when they first got down to Richland and got Siemens come down there, they flew us up to the Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and the board supervising us. And on the way back, my supervisor, president at that time, was Tom Reeves, and Tom had a fear of flying, and they had a little. In Memphis, we stopped up there and they had a little shake up on the tire, and so it just scared him. And we got back to Jackson and got off of the plane. He says, "Let me tell y'all one damn thing. we may make the next trip on a mule, but it won't be in an airplane."
A mule. That's pretty good.
Not an interesting story.
That is an interesting story. All right. So when people talk about your legacy, and Dean may can answer this too, what do you hope people remember about you?
He was a good guy.
What do you want on your tombstone?
He never complained.
Would that be true?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
So what do you think Earl Dean's legacy is?
He made a difference.
That's kind.
He made a big difference.
You paid him off. Just
He made a difference.
He made a difference.
Of all the people I know, especially in politics,
Yes.
he has made a difference more in Rankin County than everyone else put together.
I've tried.
I don't. I will hope people understand the gravity of what we're talking about here, because you were involved in every single statewide or county election, pretty much. You were involved in it, and I think that's why you've got that nickname, the Godfather of Rankin County politics. But for the viewers out there to understand that you've been doing this a long time.
Cindy Hyde Smith, when she first ran for the U.S. Senate, I said, "How many votes you want us to get in Rankin County?" She said 40,000. We got her 46,000.
Wow. Do you talk to her
Well,
much?
Well, all time to time, just according to what the situation is. She always checks. Well, she comes out to breakfast and makes appearances from time to time.
Yeah.
She drives up from Brookhaven up here, comes to see us.
When Cindy Hyde or anyone else that's running for a big office or statewide office, they'll call me, "Who do we need to talk to?" The first person you need to call is Earl Dean. I tell them every time.
Let me tell you, when Cindy Hyde first started running Commissioner of Agriculture, she came out to see me. And I said, "Who sent you to see me?" She said, "Dean Kirby." I called Dean Kirby and we made him for lunch that day. He let him buy our lunch.
Oh, that's fun.
She's doing a great job too.
Yeah, that's fun. That's a lot of fun. So, did you ever think or did you ever believe that you would have this amount of influence?
And I never have thought of anything about it.
I was going to say, was that on your radar?
No,
Was that
no,
on your bingo
no,
card?
Nothing. It had nothing to do with it.
Nothing at all.
He's just for good government.
It's just for good government.
Yeah, I didn't have anything about that at all.
So looking back, where you sit today, and you look back and you think, "Wow." Tell me, how does that feel?
Well, it feels good, but it really is. It's just I don't think I've done anything. I've just done what I thought was right.
I understand that answer.
Yeah.
So it doesn't surprise you. You're not surprised looking back.
Not really.
You just felt like you've always done,
Try to do the right thing.
try to do the right thing. Didn't really matter about party back then, did it?
No, we've switched, from Democrat to Republican
Sure.
back in the 80s,
Right. And I remember growing up as a kid, my family voted Democrat.
Oh, we all was
You
that
know,
way.
we all did. And then I remember that pivot really, I guess, started in the late 70s.
64 Goldwater started.
Goldwater.
That was
right.
the first shift, wasn't it?
But I
And
wasn't
it
born until
took a while to go up.
Right. So it was 64
Yeah.
was really about the pivot. Was that it?
Yeah, it started. And after that, it took a few years, so we elected a couple of congressmen.
When Gil Carmichael ran for governor that time, it got a lot of
75 or 79, something along
75,
there,
I think.
Okay, because I was born in 68, so I really start remembering about that time of 75, 77. I remember when Jimmy Carter was elected president.
Yeah.
And then, of course, I remember when Ronald Reagan was elected president right behind that.
Well, when Billy Bridges and J.B. Torrance switched over the Republican Party, they were the first two, weren't they?
Yeah, that's right.
And Torrance was still sheriff then,
He
right?
was.
Yeah, he was sheriff in 80, and he's changed right then.
And he changed, and then it's been a Republican pretty
That's
much
right.
ever
Yeah,
since.
that's right.
J.D. McAdory was a Democrat.
That's right.
And him and my grandfather were really good friends. Matter of fact, my grandfather had his deputy sheriff badge because he was just like all the friends of J.D. McAdory.
That's good.
Did you have your sheriff's badge? Did Torrance give you the sheriff's badge? I gotta know.
He gave me a card, I think.
He gave you a card. Yeah. You get out of jail free card. All right, so I have to ask, and you've told one already, but I have to ask. Out of all the stories, of all the politicians and all the things that have happened, what's one that you've never told, that you wouldn't dare have told back then, that you might could tell today?
Quite frankly, I don't know if any of this is that bad. I don't know. I mean, some of the people, some of them might need to die before you move on, because Some say you want you to write a book. I said, well, some folks got to die first before you write a book.
That's right.
Well, I figured there might be some of those funny moments. Now, I had no idea that the governor's wife, he got shot in the governor's maid. That was pretty funny.
I think more than once.
Was that a toxic relationship? Did he deserve it? Probably.
Well, he was an operator.
Yeah, that's pretty funny. But there's not one that just stands out in your mind. What's one of those funny moments then? What's one of the best ones in your career you can remember?
Well, just like that Tom Reed story about the getting off the airplane and so forth. That's one of the things that I can think of. And it's a lot of little things happen from time to time that you move on and lose sight of.
Yeah, that's true. So what would you say what would you say is one of your best accomplishments looking back? What's something you're really proud of doing?
Well, naturally I'm full of progress, but I think maybe the Heinz thing is probably one of the highlights.
So how did you and Dr. Muse, how did y'all manage to pull that off?
Well,
what was the backstory of getting Heinz?
The backstory is he kept telling me I need the money, Said if I can get the money, I'll start it. So we finally got the Board of Supervisors to agree to some money, and that's what was the key to it.
What did it take? What was that? Do you remember?
Well, I think at that time it was a $500,000 tax levy.
Okay.
I think that's what it was.
To get him to finally budge on.
To give you start a site over here and get the money make. He had some money he could use from the state, and I think other places, but he had to have some local support, and I think that's what we got the Board of Supervisors, which was very nice and very cooperative, and but they have really stepped up on this progression development.
I know. What do you think of that campus in Rankin County now?
I think it's a different world. I think it's going to be a good thing for everybody. That nursing school is a 4-story building. It's a tremendous size building, and they can accommodate probably 3,000 students.
I know, isn't that nice? And then they're building the new building now, even going to have dorms here.
Yeah, I think it got 175 place for girls' dormitory, and going to have a cafeteria there.
I know, isn't that? I mean, it's the first time. Heinz has been here a long time, thanks to you, but that's the first time now we've actually got dorms going.
That's right.
And that's truly amazing. That's
all we needed.
That's all we needed. So how do you see the future for Heinz Community College?
I think it's good, and I think it's good because we want to keep the level of white and blacks on a medium level, and I think it's good in that direction.
Mm-hmm. Do you see the community colleges having more of a role today in education because of our computer society?
I think cost, and I've been a big supporter of the community colleges because I think a many boy and girl would not have gone on to school had not it been for the community colleges. A lot of them have worked their way through school on scholarships of some kind.
I agree with that. All 4 of my boys went to Heinz. All 4 of them. And they went on to, a senior college and went on to get master's degrees. I've got one that's, working right now on a doctorate. But
that's good.
But I mean, they all went through Heinz. All lived at Raymond. they all lived on campus.
Yeah.
I've had everything from a baseball player to a cheerleader at Heinz.
That's good.
But it didn't cost me a penny for them to go there.
You can't beat that.
And you can't beat that.
No.
I mean, of course, they had good grades, and they did right. But I mean, it didn't cost me anything for them to go there, and I think that's also a testament. Plus, it gave them a very good foundation.
Yeah.
From transitioning from being under my thumb at home to being somewhat on their own, but just down the street, basically.
Yeah.
It was a good thing, and thank you for helping get that done.
Well, you can.
Lots of fun we're having. But I want to break off into a little bit. We started this thing called Lightning Round, where I'm going to ask you a question, and if you will, just give me the first thing that comes to mind. It can be one word, or it can be a paragraph, whichever one you choose. But this is usually a lot of fun when we do this. So, what was your first car?
A 1956 red and white Ford.
56 Ford, red and white. Wow. Favorite restaurant in Rankin County
Today,
today?
probably Table 100.
Table 100, all right. Best governor you ever worked with?
Probably Haley
I
Barbour.
think you mentioned one already. Toughest election season you remember?
Well, what concerns me because the lack of interest in the primary 3 years ago in this county and the Republican primary, we had 27% of the vote, and we need to create more interest. With this year, we're going to have 2 judges races in November.
We are.
Chancery and Circuit, and I think they will be nonpartisan. The Republicans and Democrats alike will probably do good to get 20% out, because judges don't usually draw many votes.
No, they don't. And the judiciary needs to stay conservative.
Yeah.
I know they run as independent, but they need to stay conservative. We've seen what happens when you end up with liberal justices.
That's trouble.
That's trouble. Coffee or sweet tea?
Sweet tea.
Give me one word that best describes Rankin County.
Great place.
Okay. The most underrated Mississippi town in Rankin County.
Mississippi County.
I mean, Mississippi City, Mississippi town. Most underrated Rankin County city.
Oh, underrated city in
Underrated
Rankin County.
city in Rankin County. Who's underrated right now?
Well, Flowood is top, and I'd say Pearl and Brandon are next. And you have to say that Richland or either Pelahatchie probably.
Probably. But they're growing.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
fast.
They're growing fast. What about little Pisgah area?
Pisgah, that's a fast, the price of property up there has gone
I
high.
figured would you say they've been underrated?
Yes, sir.
I just wondered. I didn't ask my question quite right.
You
All
know,
right,
Stars just got incorporated.
Star
It's a
just got
new city.
That's right. Sure did. Person who influenced you the most?
Probably my mother.
Why?
Well, she just always encouraged me and pushed me the most.
Okay.
And after that, I'd say probably J. Walter Terry, he was a county agent. And then J.C. Herring, he was a teacher at Brandon. And then Hines, Dr. McClellan was Hines over there, and he seemed to like me, and we got to be buddies, and he was good. And then J.C. Murray, president of the bank, he hired me, and so I think he didn't really know about me, but he hired me to Chamber of Commerce, and I went over there after I was in the legislature, and he sent me to school, to Chamber of Commerce school up in North Carolina, and they sent the president of the chamber the grades, and I made in the 10% of the class, and luckily, and he came over there and offered me a job in the bank.
Wow.
And he was a good friend. I'm just naming some people
Yeah,
along
sure.
the way.
Yeah. Okay. Best advice you ever received?
Do the right thing.
Okay. One thing younger generations should appreciate more?
It's their county and their county.
Favorite Hines memory?
Oh, I got a lot of them.
Okay, pick one or two.
Well, we had a good football team, and we just went undefeated one year, and I guess we had that as probably one of the things.
Okay. What year was that?
Well, I believe 1955 was the year.
55? A couple of those guys went on to play professional?
Yeah, Jimmy Taylor was really renowned. He went to LSU and went from there to professional.
Wow.
We were sort of a graduating school for LSU at that time. They just, if they didn't make the squad, they sent them over to Hines, and they'd go back down after that.
Okay.
Earl Leggett, Olin Renfro, and all that crowd.
Mm-hmm.
Earl Leggett was a good one.
Derwin Graham, all of them.
Cool. If you weren't in public service, You didn't want to be in politics. What was your other choice?
You know, I guess operating some business
Okay. But politics was your calling,
primarily.
and it just was what you were center focused on.
Still love it.
Still love it to this day. Still doing it. So really, you would have just been in business, but politics was your calling. Got it. All right. So, what makes you excited today, being almost 90 years old? What makes you excited today?
Seeing good things happen to this county. We've in the last, I'm on that Rankin First board. Now I'm too old to be on that, but they were board supervisors want me to stay on that. But we in the last 6 months we've announced that they're going to have a data center in Brandon,
Yep.
and over in Pearl on Whitfield Road they're going to have Siemens is building a plant there, going to employ 300 people,
Yep.
and International Paper Company in Brandon is going to have a new plant going on 250. That excites me.
The growth.
Yeah,
The
development.
excitement.
Yeah,
It just hasn't slowed down. has
it's
it?
a good feeling.
Yeah, and you've been a major part of that.
Well, he paved the roads for it.
Yeah, right. I mean, that's you have been the foundation of a lot of this and your vision. All right, so I appreciate you coming in,
I'm glad to do it.
and I've had a lot of fun. I want to ask.
That's man. He's great. I appreciate him.
Oh, I do too. Every day,
thank you.
I want to ask my closing question. You spent your entire life shaping Rankin County. If you could go back and sit down with that 22-year-old version of yourself, what advice would you tell your 22-year-old self today?
I'd probably say you're gonna have a hell of a hard time getting elected.
Good luck.
Yeah. But I tell you what, I've noticed through the years that the people like to support a young man, and particularly women, and they do. And women nowadays are getting so active. Now, when Jennifer Branding was running for Supreme Court last year, Leslie Davis up there in
Dogwood.
yeah, Dogwood. She had a fundraiser at her house, and hurt one night, and they said doctors got the money, but she raised $130,000. That shows you how active these women are. That's the ones you need to work on, and I think they're probably a little more loyal than men.
And that pillow talk at night.
Yeah, that has something to do with it.
That has a little bit something to do with it, wouldn't you say?
Right.
At least you don't get shot in the governor's mansion.
Do you cut this down and so edit it out?
We do not.
Oh, is that right?
We leave it just like it is.
Okay.
Well, do you need it changed?
No, I don't know of anything.
No,
I've said what I thought.
No, I think
I've been
this is
very honest about it.
I think it's real fun and just learning things, from back in the day and seeing how things have changed. And you,
Oh, yeah.
And you've been, you've had a front row seat to that.
For instance, cleaning up the pike down there and the Gold Coast and all that. There's so many things have changed in this county.
What do you think about the one lake or the two lake project that's going to happen?
I think it's going to be a good thing. It's going to be expensive, and it's going to take many years to see the benefits of it.
How do you see that shaping the county?
I think it's going to help, but not as what they think it is.
Okay. So your crystal ball tells you it's going to help, but it's not going to be what you think.
That's right. It's not going to be a golden parachute.
Okay. Not that we necessarily need one, as you pointed out.
Oh, yeah.
Because we are, the fourth largest per capita county in the state? Of course, DeSoto County just booming up there.
Oh, my gosh.
South
yeah.
Memphis. I mean, that might as well be Tennessee.
Yeah.
But
these 6 counties I mentioned, the rest of them is nobody nobody near the $2 billion area. And when I first started out, Vicksburg and Meridian, all of them was been Greenville, and all of them are bigger than we, but not the case in Tupelo.
Right. Of course, Tupelo's going strong.
Yeah, I think it's probably next.
Probably so. Earl Dean Rhodes, thank you.
It's my pleasure.
I have really enjoyed getting to know you a
Well,
little better
I tell you,
and laughing a lot.
I told you just like it was.
Thank you for bringing in your friend and learning that his name is Merle Dean.
Yeah,
And you're Earl Dean.
that's right.
How did that happen? Now, y'all have known each other how long?
Oh my goodness, since
How
the
long-
60s.
Since the 60s.
Yeah.
Y'all have known each other since the 60s.
That's right.
So you have at least a 60-year history,
Oh yeah.
each
I
other.
hadn't thought about it, but yeah,
Right.
we do.
Wow. That's pretty impressive. Anyway, thank
We
you.
live
very
one street over, each one of us.
He lives right behind me now. Sure
much. So
does.
you brought him in with you.
Yeah, he's a
You
Pearl guy.
Swung
so.
by and picked him up.
That's right. You did.
Yeah.
You did. Well, I enjoyed it.
I did too. Hang
Thank
tight.
you, Frank.
Thank
Frank.
you very much. When
been
we
very
come
good.
back, y'all don't run off, because when we come back, I'm going to talk about what's going on this week in Pearl. We'll be right back.
Here in Pearl, we have Trustmark Park. It seats 8,500 people. It's a great venue that we have here locally. You can catch a baseball game. We have a new team, the Mississippi Mud Monsters, so we're so excited about that. And Trustmark Park, the stadium's been fully renovated. Adjacent to that, we have Bass Pro Shop, as well as the Mississippi outlets that people can come shop and enjoy and have a great time. So it's a good place to come. It's a destination spot for our city. We did a $12 million renovation to our Parks and Rec several years ago, and what we were missing was another key area for our children to come and just be able to hang out and have fun, but also have some playground equipment that was really cutting edge. I've always thought if you can get your community together, then you can have a stronger sense of community. And I think that's what Main Street brings to the table for us. And even though we're a post-World War II city and our architectural doesn't signify a downtown, we're trying to have an area that we create that people can come together and have a sense of community.
Hi, folks. Welcome back into this edition of This Week in Pearl, where we just had a fantastic conversation with Mr. Earl Dean Rhodes. I cannot believe that, man. That is so much fun. We've had a great conversation with him. Truly a Rankin County treasure. Really enjoyed getting to know him, a little better, and just understanding him, and then all the impact that he has had on shaping this county. Just absolutely amazing, and really glad and thankful that he came and sat down with us a little bit today. Well, we're right in the middle of summer. Summer's going on, and kids are out of school and off on vacations and things of that nature. So only thing I can really tell you that's going on right now in Pearl is we have sign-ups for football and cheer. The City League football and cheer is signing up through this month. So please visit pearlparksandrec.com. You can go there and get all the information to sign up for football and cheer starting in the fall. That is what's happening right now. Other than that, everybody's out having fun. The Pearl Pool just reopened. Go check them out. They just joined the chamber, and I think they're open every single day. And that's a fantastic place to go to escape the heat that we have outside, is over at the Pearl Pool. Hey, I've enjoyed bringing this one to you today. Again, thank you to Earl Dean Rhodes for coming in, and also to Senator Pro Temp Dean Kirby for bringing him in. Two fantastic gentlemen. Anyway, I'm Frank Hutton, and I hope y'all have a great week. We'll see you next time.